Let me see. Oh, I do have to turn this guy's mission in. I forgot about that. Hello, friend.
It's over. It wasn't easy, but that rock breaker won't be hurting anyone anymore.
The claws beneath brought low by an outlander. This part of your song will travel far.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to that.
I've found people rarely live up to their songs. You're an exception, though. And you've done me a true kindness. My foe is buried now, like so many of the hunters it killed. My friend, my chieftain. You would be pleased to know his fate won't befall anyone else. Take this in thanks. I believe you've more than earned it.
Thanks. Alright, it's time to head to Thunder's Drum. What this exactly entails, I'm not sure. I just was a bit intimidated by the large wall and figured that it would end up taking me. My guess is over an hour, so I guess we'll see if my fears were well founded. Hi, is that Ourea? No. This is Naltuk,
I wish you luck on the mountain.
the like apprentice.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Ourea?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus. When all else is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit. The blue light. The beyond. And my brother, too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him, worried for him.
I forget if he rescued her or if she was released after the Red Raids were brought to an end.
What did the war do to Aratak?
He cut away everything until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, yet always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
I think you might be a little too hard on yourself. He obviously cares about her.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave, but you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, your need is well apparent.
Oh, are we gonna get some
Silence came to
gossip?
Banor from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch, a remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
It was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Banur. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned. And when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, those who had vouched for him were gone. As though he never existed.
Nice. Vanished in the
Some
wind.
the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Ourea. Thanks.
Silence really will go to almost no ends of means to try and get what he wants. In terms of gaining knowledge, I guess.
What are we gonna find up there, Ourea?
Lots of
Ruins.
machines.
Machines. And a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy. For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt that Daemon has tried to hide the way.
Let's do it.
It hasn't been easy for you, Ourea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
Let's do it. I think I've completed everything before then.
Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother!
Is she fanning the heat over there to melt the doorway?
The spirit awaits!
It's not all that waits.
Oh, they set off a fire alarm. Okay, yep.
This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain calm.
I too can call upon the power of the old ones.
She does not want us to spoil her her achievement, but Ayla clearly knows.
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. Looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? Blue light off and more machines.
Let's just hope that
I'll take that health. Thank you.
Gonna need this.
there's cliffs. Here, up and over.
One sec, I gotta read this. Return to Firebreak.
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was last here, and 12 since I was running the place. Just a skeleton crew left, confused about why I'm here. So into her eyes, ask her what the hell she's so freaked out about, but what else is new? When don't I wish I could look into her eyes again?
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
There are memories here. Messages left by the old ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet.
One of the old ones used to run this place and then left for a while and came back years later. But why? Something along the lines of shutting things down for an extended period of time. I don't know why she had to be so vague about it. Aratak said something about up and over. Is he talking about, like, up the machine? Ah, yeah. Kenny's Homecoming. Joshua, The Return of the Director Emeritus. Decent hollow title. No, bad title and worse subject. The camera crew would die of boredom. Whatever, Gina. It's still the most excitement this hell cave's seen in a long time. Well, your standards for exciting are depressingly low. Well, I'll squeeze what I can out of this, thanks. You always were a little sweet on Kenny. What? No way. His ears are enormous. Besides, he was too busy mooning over Anita. Well, I want to know what he's doing here in the first place. It's not normal. Well, he helped engineer the most advanced geothermal facility in history, then rode off into the sunset. Now he wants to check up on his masterwork. Seems normal to me. But why now? He keeps poking around in the cooling facility and asking questions about cyan. Do you think there's something wrong? Well, last I checked, there's been no deviation in any of our readings since the most recent microquake swarm. Maybe Kenny likes taking field trips on Pharaoh's dime. It's been 14 years. They would have frozen those accounts by now. Has it been that long? Man, I'm old. Not old, just boring. Cyan. Don't know what cyan is. Hello there, friend. Hiya! That is a bellowback over there. One of these enemies is considerably more dangerous than the others. Nice. It didn't give me an option to stealth attack it. What's up? This is funny that the enemies completely lost track of me. All right, now I gotta take out this guy. Okay, easy enough.
Climb higher, and the path will become clear.
I wonder what's in that door under there.
If the chieftain's pace is measured, ours is measured.
Oh, this was the locked door that I saw when I entered. It's been opened magically now.
Nice. To a good hunt.
Lots of rhyme roots, but not really any healing. That kiss from Kenny Chow. Must have been sometime in the spring of 2047, about 6 months after the main facility opened. We were behind schedule and new data indicated that an incident was close, maybe only weeks away. I was exhausted, losing weight, barely speaking except to give orders. I passed by Anita in the battery depot. She looked at me and frowned, then pulled me into this room and kissed me. A long kiss, the best kind. I can still remember the feel of her hand on the back of my neck. After, she looked at me and smiled and went back to work without saying a word. I'll never forget that moment. Her touch, her unspoken generosity. After she left the project, I spent years beating myself up for not keeping her, somehow. Every time I ran into her at a conference, I felt thrilled and lost and confused, all at the same time. Always hoping we might have a few drinks and, well, rekindle. It was only after I saw her on stage in a hollow in '58 accepting the Mind Challenge Award in Austin, with Elizabeth Sobek presenting no less, glowing and happy and fulfilled, that it dawned on me that I hadn't done anything wrong at all. I could finally see that she had what she wanted, and it simply wasn't me. Pining after a woman that he never got. But I mean, she kissed him for a reason, whether that's to try and lift his spirits or because she actually felt something is what remains to be seen.
Yes, this way.
Let's not freeze in place.
Not much farther now.
Nice.
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. The machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. And I can hold my own. Even so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead.
I don't see what the benefit of Aratak's path is.
Pipes, towers, steam, frost. Things on this floor.
Didn't they say it was a geothermal facility?
I went this way years ago, looking for cover in case you shouldn't be proud. I have no doubt that it is guarded now, but we may be able to stay hidden.
Not all threats can be seen at first. Beware, stalkers.
Is that a goat? How's there a goat? Let's let him get around the corner from the enemies. Alright, well that guy just got me on a lucky hit. Alright, we remove the Stalker's ability to snipe. Ow. Okay. Looks like there's one enemy around the corner here still. Easy enough. That wasn't so bad. Incident report 363-7. Reporter Jorgen Holm, property damage and personal injury. As official incident report for the Firebreak project, it is with great concern that I report of an incident at our facility. Incident began from a swarm of 35 seismic events beginning on 3rd and 4th November, 6 miles north-northwest of Mammoth, Wyoming. Included were 4 in the magnitude 2 range, with the largest magnitude 2.4 at 0409 the 4th of November. Holographic modeling shows most quakes originating at the Hebgen Lake fault zone. As the project's senior geoscientist, I advise this number and magnitude in seismic events is a normal outcome from fluid movement through the caldera's silicic magma reservoir, as well as changes of pressure coming in interactions between magma and supercooled fluid. However, one can never be too careful in such an unstable environment, shown further in this report. The incident began when I was wakened from a loud crash in the canteen. Fortunately, I did not have to rouse the official canteen monitor, since I am that self-same person. Even while acting in my formal office, I was alarmed and feared the worst. Inspection of the zone showed the tragic loss of a 15-milliliter bottle of nail lacquer in deep crimson shattered on the canteen floor. Lacquer almost splashed on the surroundings at an area of approximately... I don't know how to even translate that. One chair was tipped over on its side, but happily I had the mechanical knowledge to right it without further incident. The bottle of nail lacquer is irreparable. Moreover, the canteen monitor suffered a cut to the left hand when picking up broken glass. This was treated by the site first aider, me, with supervision of the fire marshal, also me, but could still get infected. Gina Bruno is identified as the owner of the bottle of the nail lacquer. In my capacity as staff psychological observer, I conclude that she has accepted the loss of her personal item in a good fashion, but further evaluation may be necessary. We will keep the remote site supervisor informed of developments in such a case. Please find following this report my salary increase request for the the calendar year. Is this person just going crazy with the number of hats that they're wearing? Is that what's happening? Or is there actually more than one person?
As if there's chill water running through those massive pipes. But why? Ah!